Listen, one of the biggest things that will always hinder your growth is unchecked anger. I have been around people that I know got hands. Like, I know that they can do some serious damage. And those people, they don't like to fight. Now, I know that they can fight, but they don't like to fight. So sometimes when there's an altercation, they're the first to walk away because they know what they can do. They know that they can put in that work, but they don't want to have to. So they're the ones that walk away. And it's always them people that got all of that mouth that looks at them walking away as a sign of weakness. And everybody can be like, hey, you don't want to mess with them. You don't want to mess with them. And then until, you cross that line and you put your hands on them or something like that, and then they beat the brakes off of them. The person that was pursuing the altercation, sometimes it just boiled down to they can't control their anger. And a lot of times we look at anger as just rah, but that's not necessarily always the case. You see, you can be angry because of circumstance. You can think that you had such a horrible childhood, such a horrible life, and that anger carries on with you. And see, what people don't understand is a lot of times we talk about the things that we have been through and the things that we have overcome. But in overcoming some things, you lose some things too. I am where I am because of things that I had to overcome. But the older that I get, I revisit sometimes those situations and I realize that although I overcame, I lost some things along the way. See, I done had people lie on me so much. Oh my goodness, even to this day. And when you're not careful and you're not in tune with yourself, you don't realize things that you have lost. People lying on me messed with my trust because now I've had so many people lying on me, and it's not even people. Let me get that way. Family lie on me that it caused me to, when someone is trying to be associated with me, it caused me to be like, I'm going to keep them at a distance because if my family can lie on me, I know you will lie on me. That's unchecked anger. That's anger that you have not checked. And a lot of us go through life and we're holding on to things and we disguise it as being the biggest in the room. You see, you ever been on social media and there's just certain people that when you come across their posts, it's going to be something's going on with them. How no world is falling down on them. And you looking at it and you just like, man, I don't even like looking at the post because you just bringing me down. There's always something going on with you. See, sometimes it's because of what you believe. Sometimes it's what you feed. There's people out there that they can post 20 times a day. And out of that 20 times, it's always, and isn't this funny that those same people will find memes to speak to how they feel? And then they'll post it and they'll be like, this is me. And it's always talking about people would keep you down. No, you keeping yourself down. You are. See, unchecked anger, it comes in so many different ways. Two people did you wrong and you still speaking on that situation 3 years later. And some people will say, well, it's their truth. Okay, well, change the narrative. Change the narrative. How do you wake up? And the first thing you do is post something sad and this, that, and the other. Listen, I can get on here and I can post a sad story, but that would not be feeding to what I'm believing. I try to speak a positive words because that's what I'm believing. That's what I'm believing for my life. I feel like I am God's chosen one. And to some, that can be arrogant, but why don't you feel that God is your chosen one? I feel that God has all of these things for me. And because I say that God has all of these things for me doesn't mean that he doesn't have it for you. And that's where people in anger gets confused. Because you see someone in a blessed season, don't envy that. Don't envy somebody being blessed because you don't know what it took for them to get there. And the problem is you will start envying what they have and what they got going on. But when God starts throwing stuff your way that they had to get through to get there, now you think the world is ending. Oh my gosh, I can't do it. So don't look at what someone blessing season looks like and compare it to yours. What God got for me, God got for me. And there's nothing that you can do about it. You can try to delay, you can try to deny, but what God has for me, he's got for me. What God has for you, he has for you. And the problem is when you focus on what everybody else is doing and everybody else is saying, and you feel like, man, they just this, that, and other, that's your belief system right there. You can't tell me that I'm not God's chosen one. You can't tell me that. There's nothing that you can do to tell me that. And for you, there's nothing no one should be able to tell you that you're not God's chosen person. You know why? You woke up this morning. So God chose you. You put feet on the ground. So God chose you. That's how you have to look at it because you're still here because God has something for you. Doesn't mean that it's going to be an easy street and some people aren't going to get it right. Some people are going to die not getting it right, but it doesn't mean that they don't have the opportunity. Doesn't mean that. If you watch my videos, I think that that's something that God wants you to see. If you come across my page and this wasn't the video for you, go back and look at some more. It might be. It's what you think about yourself. So that's the message to this video. We all have went through some stuff, but you have to understand that if you can't identify what you lost in the battle, you've already lost. Family lying on me caused me to kind of have some trust issues. And when you don't identify that, you start looking at the situation as you're protecting yourself. So now you pushing away people as a means of protecting yourself. But these very same people is what God is bringing to you to get you to the next level. If you went through several breakups and hardships and this, that, and other, so now you walking this earth talking about hey, I'm just going to get what I got to get and I'm moving on. Ain't no relationships for me. I'm doing what I got to do. You are speaking from a hurt mindset. Sometimes you got to take a step back and God is trying to tell you you need to be alone this season so you can understand you. What is it about you that's inviting all of these no good man, no good women? What is it about you? What are you putting off? Now, I know some people be like, it ain't me, but what is it about you that's falling for the same type of man? Are you not changing anything about yourself? I hope y'all have a blessed Saturday. I'm not feeling good today. Like I'm really not feeling good. And I was sitting there and I was just like, you know what? I promised myself that I was going to get and just have consecutive days of video. And when I made that promise, I got to keep it. So y'all have a blessed, wonderful day.